All right, that was Fishtail by Lana Del Rey. If you haven't listened to that, go listen to that song. I'm a huge Lana Del Rey fan. That could be a sign for this collective, is maybe you really do like Lana Del Rey, but when she says, baby, I can see that you wanted me sadder. In a lot of ways, what I'm picking up for this collective is I think your own mask is coming right off right now. You're seeing through the rose-colored glasses. And in fact, in the song, there is a line further down, I guess, than the part that I showed you. It said, she says, maybe I'll take my glasses off so I could stop painting red flags green, and I've noticed for a lot of my collectives, a lot of the energies I'm feeling is for a lot of divine feminines. You're not taking a lot of BS anymore. You're starting to see through the veil. You're starting to see people for who they truly are, including your person. I think this is going to be a very powerful message. Of course, how my routine always goes, I'll break everything down, but I'm just seeing a lot of, for this collective, you finally woken up and been like, wait a minute, despite soul contract, twin flame, doesn't matter, they treated me like this, they abandoned me at my most vulnerable, I probably opened up to them and they didn't reciprocate it back. Why am I chasing something around that's not reciprocating it back to me? And in the song she says, don't just say it, I know that you're the one, but you can't see it, and again, I think there's a lot of releasing being done, and I think the biggest one for this collective is you're releasing control over the scenario, okay? But I kind of want to kind of confirm the energy, and then of course I'll break everything down. So like I said, especially including your person, let's just see, patience, just a few more months, things come to those who wait, but I feel like for this collective, you are embodying this patience. It's not that exactly you're in this spot now that you're waiting for your person, but you're understanding you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't want your person so anxiously, but then yet they treat you like garbage, There could have been some time that passed for the two of you. But there could have been something recently. There seems to be some form of awareness that maybe I'm getting maybe a few months ago, a few weeks ago, some about a little, maybe a minute back, that maybe a reader on this app or you did go to a tarot reader, somebody told you, hey, it's going to be a few months or, however long, few more weeks, whatever the case is, that your person will come back and you're like, ugh, and then it's kind of setting in with you saying, why would I want this back? Again, they've treated me like garbage. Cycles at the bottom of the deck, fate, karma, something ending, something beginning, truly what's happening right now. You finally hit this epitome of why am I chasing something that by the end of the day, again, twin flame or not, that doesn't want me right now. And that's, it's sad. I see this and that's why I feel like I come off as a preacher on this app when it comes to twin flames. As hard as this is to hear, your twin flame in the beginning, they don't want you. They avoid the connection. There's nothing, unfortunately, you could say or do to keep them by your side. Because what does that do? That triggers that codependency out of you. But again, this collective, you figure that out. Truly. What else? Oh, yeah, move on. I think that's this collective. Someone's a waste of time. Someone is unavailable, a waste of time, truly. You're waking up to, they're not emotionally available. Why am I, getting sadder of them? Again, baby, can't you see you want me sadder? You figured out seeing by the door and waiting for this person to, come through is doing you no good. Health, as I'm saying all this could have really affected, maybe this separation affects your physical, or I'm even hearing your mental health. Maybe and I'm sorry, trigger warning, but maybe you did go through a downward spiral when this person exited out of your life. And then that's another reason I think this collective, you're trying to pick yourself up because you literally don't want to feel like crap anymore. Again, baby, I can see you wanted me sadder. Go listen to that song. I love Lana Del Rey. I just heard, like, again, trigger warning, maybe for this collective, when this person, you may, again, I mainly, like, say it could affect your mental health, but I'm hearing your physical, maybe, again, trigger warning, you weren't eating hardly at all, or, you know, overeating is also what I'm hearing. And then now you're at a spot, like maybe you're, you know, going back to the gym or learning, you know, teaching yourself to like balance your diet better. Like there's something about your eating this person really affected you on. But then I got earth sign, but you or this person could be an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. But even then you're starting to ground yourself, truly. This is going to be a very beautiful, very powerful reading. So this is going to be a reading of pat yourself on the back, keep it up, you know. Yeah, let go, make room for the new beginning on its way to you right now. I don't think, and with that patience, like I think that is what you're letting go, is this person. You're releasing expectations. You're surrendering to the outcome right now. Like I said, you could have went to somebody, as like I said, I'm hearing tarot reader or some form, or maybe that's just something you've tapped in yourself and you finally got that awakening that they're not coming back for a certain amount of time or something, like, and you're kind of like, ugh, like for the longest time you wanted your person right in front of you. Now you're kind of, again, letting go. You're letting go of the timing. You don't want to be sad anymore, hence that song. You want to be happy again. You want to find yourself again. Move on. Yeah, commitment. Things are getting serious. Oh, crap. You know I do this a lot. And then commitment. Okay. Yeah, move on from the commitment. Things are getting serious. So sign, you were in some form of commitment with this person, okay? And I'm going to be honest in a nice way. Maybe for the longest time, you really thought you were, quote, Delulu land. I usually hate that term, thinking that this person was going to put a ring on it, or I'm here for this collective. You've made a lot of excuses over time on why this person, you know, treated you like garbage, never came forward the way they're supposed to. But again, like, all it did was literally make you sadder. This has been your biggest one. You've learned to let go. Or at least you're starting to learn to let go. Are you perfect at it? No, but that's okay. Like, you're finally coming to this realization. Again, like I said at the beginning of the video, they treated me like this. They never made me feel secure. You know, whatever the case was in your guys' dynamic, you're letting that go. I think you're letting the whole idea of the label of twin flame, you're letting that go, that label, truly. Health. And then spy right there. Someone's got their eye on you, or you are doing your research. Alex, I think it was this collective. I think this collective, you were the one that was, you know, consistently like checking up on their social media, or trying to go out of your way to open up Pandora's box, like figure out what's going on with their life. And maybe this came to the side note, maybe you did find something out at one point during the separation, and it literally affected your health right here. Whether they moved on, or I'm just hearing you found something you did not like. Maybe that was your breaking point, is also what I heard. Maybe that could be a sign for also some of you. Maybe you did find something, and that's when finally the detachment's starting to set in, or you're starting to let this go. One more, earth sign. And then I also got water, full of emotion here, but you or this person could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So I got earth and water right here. True grounding taking place, and obviously this is all being operated based off of your emotions over here. Wow. All right. Now let me break everything down. And like I said, I'll get into your person to see what's really going on. I think that's what I'll also dive into. But again, this is also going to be a reading and motivation of continue to stand in your power. Like I said, twin flame or not. And I notice on this app, you know, it's very easy to get deceived on this app, you know, that you're, and I'm, like I said, some on this app do a really good job talking about twin flames. I try my best most of the time. And like some, it's like, you know, by the end of the day, the whole point of a twin flame journey is you're not supposed to put up with your person's crap. They're not supposed to put up with yours. You're supposed to figure out who you truly are. Truly. And the only way for two people to come into union is if you step into your divine power. Okay, but once that. Before I get into how do you feel about this person, about your person, I kind of want to see what happened. What was the breaking point for you to finally let this go?